The average home price in America just went up to $415,000. At a 20% down payment, that would mean you would have to save up $100,000 plus with closing fees and a 6 month emergency fund for a 20% down payment. The problem is that the average American makes between $50,000 to $70,000 a year, and it would take them, without spending any money on car notes, paying off a car loan, paying off student loans, 20 years to save up $100,000. That's about $2,700 you put away every single month for 20 years to save up $100,000. Now the problem is home prices double every 20 years. So basically, nobody can qualify for these homes.
There is a home crisis in America right now. More on the side that young people cannot afford those homes. It doesn't matter how much money young people have in their savings, getting a home is impossible in today's market. And what is actually funny is that what used to be normal right now is not normal anymore. Let's see a couple of other videos about how the house situation is right now.
I need to have a vent session for a second about the state of affairs in this country. So I have two adult children. One is 18 going on 19 and the other one is 21. My 18-year-old is working currently as an HVAC apprentice and working on getting certified, but he's making $16 an hour, which I live in a like small to mid-sized Missouri town, so that's pretty typical around here. Wages are, low compared to a lot of places, but so is the cost of living. But he would also not like to be living at home with mom forever. He's more of like an independent, autonomous person. So apartment living is not for him at all. He wants a place where he can have his truck and his dirt bikes and be able to work on motors and have the freedom to do what he wants with the place and also be able to have all of his stuff. And at this point, honestly, renting a house would cost more than a mortgage payment anyway. But he's been looking for houses and just trying to figure out what he can afford and what he can do. And like he found this place that was only $125,000, which is like dirt cheap around here. Like that just doesn't exist anymore. But it had no basement. It was on like a slab foundation, I think, and probably needed some work, which he is naturally talented at that stuff. Like he works in HVAC, he's very mechanically inclined, like he can do this stuff, so he's not afraid of a fixer upper. Found out that the main reason it was priced so cheap is because it was in a flood zone, so it was a no anyway. But keep in mind, $125,000 house in this economy. And when we looked up to see like if he did like a 5% down payment on this thing with, your insurance and PMI and taxes and everything, his payment would still be $1,100 a month for a like cheap piece of crap house. And just the look of absolute dread on his face when he realized.
I'm gonna pause it right there for a second. Honestly, they're not selling you the house, they're selling you the land. And as he said right there, it's located in a flood zone. People who sell houses, they're not interested in selling you the structure of the house. They get most of the money because of the land. That is unbelievable. That house, it's expensive.
How completely unaffordable and unattainable it is for him to be able to buy a house and live on his own. Now, my oldest son just turned 21. He's been waiting to turn 21 because he wants to get into the cannabis industry. And it's just like the alcohol industry, where if you want to be like a brewer or a bartender, you have to be 21 in order to do it. So, this past week, Thursday, he interviewed for a job with a grower. And just a couple of days ago, he was offered the position and officially accepted it. And in that time, less than a week.
Okay, I just paused the video because it is very long. And yes, houses continue to grow in price, and honestly, it's happening at a rapid pace that our salaries cannot handle anymore. Now, let's go and check some of the comments for this video. Buying groceries making you feel like you are irresponsible with your money. Another comment says, it's so refreshing to see a parent understand this. Yeah. I mean, things are getting out of hand. And what I'm happy about is that people are starting to speak loudly about this. Another comment says, we are no longer one paycheck away from homelessness. It's one sick day. Anyways, let's go with another video.
Dave Ramsey says that the reason that young people can't afford houses these days is because that their expectations are way too high. That they want to live in a 4,000 square foot house in an affluent area. They want $1 million house as a starter home, and they just won't accept a 1,200 square foot house. I'm an elder millennial. I bought my first house in my 20s, and it was $99,900. It was on a half-acre lot. It was 1,251 square feet, and it was brand new. I was the first person that lived there, and it cost $99,900. And at the time, there was a first-time homebuyer's credit of like $10,000 if you lived there for 5 years. So it was actually 10% cheaper. That same exact house now is 18 years old, and if someone was going to buy it, it would cost $270,000 for the exact same house. So the exact same house, 1,200 square foot, half-acre lot, but it's 18 years old, so you're going to have to replace the water heater, the roof. You're going to be probably replacing the air conditioning unit soon. Like all of these things, and it's $270,000. So almost triple the price. In that same time, the same job that I had is not paying triple the price. So that's the problem. The problem is that the price on these starter homes has gone up so much. Our wages have not gone up so much. So as an elder millennial, I was able to buy it, but younger millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they're not going to be able to buy it. So that is the problem. It's not that their expectations are so high. It's that everything has changed. The game changed while they were playing it, while we were playing it. Like all of the prices keep going up.
And that is unfair because, the more Gen Z and the younger generations begin in the workforce, the possibility to afford a house is gone. I would say it's completely gone because houses are very expensive right now. And honestly, most people are considering just renting. And in my own opinion, renting for some time, it's not bad. But being able to afford something in the future that you can call yours is a dream. People should aspire for those dreams. But right now, we need to find other ways to do that. Now, let's read some of the comments for this video. Starter homes don't come out at starter prices anymore. No. Usually they may start about 250,000 and above. I agree. This other comment says, no, the problem is starter homes are costing 1 million. They are. This next comment says, I saw a recent article about affordable homes around 300K. Average people can't afford that. And I agree, because, job salaries and wages are not keeping up with those rising costs. And honestly, for the young, this situation will get worse. And that's why, we're starting to find that renting is kind of like a good option. But the long run, owning is much better than renting. Let's watch this other video that I liked.
Oh, what am I doing? I am wasting valuable relaxing time. That's what I'm doing.
That is so true. And let's read some of the comments for the video. It says, me living at home at 27 and just bought more anime figures. I mean, if you're not able to afford a house yet, save money and then you'll be good in the future. Let's read this other comment. Anytime someone mentions my credit score, I immediately check out. This is a funny comment here. I'm just waiting to inherit my parents' houses at this point. So, like this video, there are many more videos about how it's gotten harder for us to get those same houses. Do you know young people that are trying to buy a house in today's market? Do you think that house prices will eventually go down? Do you think today wages will increase in the future? Please hit the subscribe button, comment down below, and tap the notification settings so that you can have any new videos that I upload in the future. See you in another video.